Hi, Libra. All right, let's jump right into your August overview. This is what you can expect to be happening for you in August for my Libra placements as well. I hope you guys have been having a really great week. And with that being said, we're going to jump right in. I'm going to grab your oracle for August overall and what you can expect to be some of the themes or energies that you'll be going through in the month of August. So give me some messages for my Libras and Libra placements. Can you tell me about their month of August? What are the current themes? Any energies? Let's see what comes out for you, Libra. Is it recording? Yes. All right, let's see what's happening for my Libras. All righty. Okay. All right. Well, first and foremost, the first thing I was getting before I even pressed record was like that song. I believe it's by Keith Sweat, but he's like, I'm not gonna be here for long. So I feel like there's a situation that you're stepping into, but you're going to make a decision that this is not going to be long term for you. This is not where you see yourself staying. Maybe you don't feel like the long term safety or comfortability or harmony or peace in this situation. And you're being very decisive of planning your exit or knowing that you are evolving and you're going to have some transition at some point. This could be in career, business. This could be with your homestead, maybe where you're living. This also could be in a connection, friendship, family, or even love. And so I am seeing why I was getting that message for you. All right, so we have I like you. So someone could be taking a strong liking to you in the month of August. You could be coming into a lot of situations where someone could be confessing their likeness of you, saying how much they adore you, they're interested, that kind of thing. Romance could be in the air. There could be fun flirting. Maybe you are dating, even with I like you energy. This is also like maybe new friends coming towards you in that same sense. But I do see why you're not feeling situated in this connection, or why, or opportunity, or why you just don't see it as being long term. All right, so something goes from very innocent likes of you, interest in you, to seeing some very addictive properties within that situation. All right, this card talks about, it's a big card, talks about codependency, can talk about strong infatuation, obsession. Something could come off more controlling than you are looking for. You could be looking for liberation, freedom. You're not looking to be tied down. And something could have like a block or a challenge or some type of restraint that doesn't allow for it to be fruitful for you, or that you don't see positive forward movement. Okay, so I see you jumping into something, or maybe jumping in is the wrong word. Something is coming towards you. It looks favorable at first, but quickly it could show properties of being very addictive towards your energy, obsessed, infatuated, very strong energy of wanting to hold you down. And I just see you being very unsure if that's what you want to, or maybe even being turned off by that. All right, so that is the energy in August. So we'll see what's coming out. I'm going to start off with your lifestyle and see what's changing up in your life in the month of August for my Libras. All right, so tell me about lifestyle for Libra. Anything changing in their life, or even in their social life, in their personal life? What energies are coming towards them? What can they expect in the month of August in regards to their lifestyle? All right, let's see what we have here. All right, okay. All right, so the three cards we have is the Three of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Fool. All right. First and foremost, I see a big like productivity crown on you. So you may just be very productive, always working on something, always getting stuff done, you know, definitely not leaning into procrastination, like getting things, having movement in your life of like your goals, your duties, your tasks, maybe even things that you said that you wanted to do in August regarding your lifestyle, like hobbies and interests. You are showing up for those things and you are remaining productive in those things. There's consistency in your behavior. So, all of this looks really good. I see you getting into a really nice routine. You could see a lot of compromise as well, where you could be compromising um, or like small sacrifices for the things that you want. So if you are trying to change your body, if you're trying to change your diet, if you're wanting to get into a certain hobby or interest, you could be making little small sacrifices of things that could have been very comforting for you to be able to ring in that manifestation or live out that lifestyle. So that's always a good thing. And also on the opposite end, I feel like whoever's involved in your lifestyle, if this is your friends, your family members, if this is love, if this is just new energies coming in, maybe even in your neighborhood, your community members, or even neighbors, there's a lot of compromise and productivity coming from those counterparts where everybody seems to be doing something. Everybody is very open to helping each other out. You could feel like your relationships are very balanced. You feel like you're not being taken advantage of, and you also have a giving spirit yourself, okay? Clarify the Three of Pentacles for Libra. Now, Three of Pentacles is a work card, so you could feel like your work life is bleeding over into your personal life, or a big part of your lifestyle, your day-to-day routine is work. So you're working towards, financial goals or career goals, business goals, and it could be bleeding over into your lifestyle or your social life, personal life, but I feel like it's not a problem for you. This is something that becomes your norm, or you like it because it keeps you productive. It could keep you accountable for your goals and what you want to bring in for yourself. So I don't really see it necessarily being a problem for you. This could be like after you clock out, you're still doing things towards, business or career, but you feel like it's in benefit to you, getting you to where you want to be. You can also see like maybe there's something going on with a coworker or a boss, people that you work with, that could be coming into your lifestyle, like doing shared interests together, taking a class together, really being a big part of your social life, who you speak to on a day to day, so that kind of thing. All right, tell me about the Three of Pentacles for Libra. All right, so we have vow here. Vow is like your wish for yourself, what you wish for your lifestyle. Maybe you have certain goals that you want to attain, certain desires that you have for yourself. You've been praying on this, you've been manifesting this, moving with intention. All right, and you could see that you have like-minded energies around you who want similar things, that have similar values and goals. So this could lead for a very productive energy around you, where not only are you working every day to reach your desires, but you see others like your family, your friends, co-workers, new energies coming in your life who are doing the same thing, and it keeps for a very productive time for you. All right, what else can we say? So I definitely see some big commitments that you're happy about at first, but something does take a turn, and we'll talk about that in just a second. All right, we have care here. So this is just getting a lot of support. You could find yourself like being supported by so many people that are involved in your lifestyle. Again, coworkers, your boss, your higher ups, your friends, your family, and even people who are romantic interests. Strangers could be very supportive towards your lifestyle, goals, what you're wanting your everyday to be. You're seeing that people are really giving a helping hand, and you're also willing to offer that support as well. There's something too about like being so for those of you who are parents, you may see that if you're in a co-parenting situation, you may see that the your counterpart, the other parent, is putting in more of an effort and compromising a little bit of their lifestyle to really lean in and support, so that you're able to enjoy personal things like your interests, your hobbies, your downtime. You may see that you're getting a little bit more help from that counterpart, from your co-parent. Now also, for your relationship with your children are doing their part so that it's not so stressful being a parent. Like for school, you see that they're doing their homework and they're not lollygagging or being distracted. They could be on their best behavior so that there's not much of reprimanding being done, and that's not stressing you out. They could be helping you out around the house and outside of the house, really just supporting you and helping you to just stay level headed. And you're also giving back to them in any way that they need support or help as well. So that's what I'm seeing here. So this is a big thing for those Libras who are parents. Lots of help from your co parent or your partner. They're really leaning in and doing their part so that it just makes things copacetic and easy. And also with your children, you may see that they are leaning in and just being more agreeable. Okay. Now, if you don't have children, this can go to someone that you see as your caretaker or your guardian or your actual parent. This person may be just willing to support you in any way that you may need so that you can get more done. Okay. So, like your mother, your father, grandmother, grandfather, whoever you look up as, your guardian, I feel like this person could be offering a lot of support and just making life easier for you. Okay. Now, the next card we have here is the Nine of Swords. So you definitely are starting to get in your head about something when it comes to your lifestyle. Let's see what that is. Now, just random things that this could be. This can be an energy of paranoia. So, like in new environments, trying something new for the first time, there could be that initial fear that comes up. Like if you're getting into the gym and you haven't really been in the gym for some months, it could be that paranoia or just that nervousness of just asserting yourself in the gym, working out, not looking like a goofball, whatever. Or this could be like, around your friends. There's this energy of paranoia. Maybe you're wondering what people have said when you weren't in the room, how people feel towards you, if there's any unresolved issues going on. So in your life, there is a little bit of like overthinking and a little bit of like paranoia where you feel like you can't really settle down or relax in certain situations or around certain people. I also see you being a big insomniac. So you may have had all-nighters where you're laying in bed, but you're not resting. You're not sleeping. You could be scrolling. You could be thinking, racing thoughts, okay? But other than that, what is the Nine of Swords in your lifestyle? All right, we have Justice here. This can mean a lot of things, all right? So, first and foremost, Libra, you are the energy of justice. You could be thinking about karma, whether you have done things that you're not proud of, that you're wondering, is karma coming your way? And if it's not that, then it could be even like the decisions that people who are in your life make outside of you, what karma will come to them because of that. You could be feeling like a relationship is coming to an end. You could have a friend, right? But you just haven't felt really comfortable around this friend for some months now. You can't really put your finger on it, but you feel like something's not right. And maybe you feel like there's some doom coming your way, or you're wondering, like, how strong is this bond? You could be worried about the karma of an individual that is that you care for, and knowing that this person has made some mistakes or some missteps, and wondering how the universe will be dealing with that person and how it will affect you being associated to this person. So things like that. Some of you guys may have some type of like legal situations going on where you're just not really sure if it's going to turn out in your favor. So it's a worry for you. All right. This also could be just being super, super like a air sign and being overly logical about everything, to where your thoughts just are racing and they just can't settle. You can't just like, calm your nerves about things. You just kind of think of like maybe not the worst case scenario, but just wondering what's the outcome of certain things and not being so sure. All right. So there's something very interesting about that. I feel like you are going to be getting some confirmations to put your mind to rest. Now, someone is going to be held responsible for something that they've done. So I don't know who that is, if that's you or if that's someone that you care about or someone that is around you. Someone will be held responsible. Someone will need to take that bow to their knees and have to be accountable for their actions. So if you are worried about another individual, you have to know that they do need to pay for what they did or what they said or, whatever. And it almost feels like, too, there's an energy where maybe you forgave someone and you're ready to move past the situation, but karma has not done its justice yet. So you're worried about that. You could be worried about someone that you care about. See what else is here. All right. Yeah, so being in your head is probably the most stressful thing that's going to happen for you in August. Just overthinking situations, not being able to rest, feeling like you are on the edge. That will be the most stressful thing in August. I don't feel like it's an actual situation that's transpiring for you. Even if you tell yourself to stop, I just see your thoughts being very heightened in August. And that's just something that is going to naturally blow over. But that's going to be the most stressful thing, is just your thoughts, not actually what the outcome is going to be or what's going to happen around you. More so what's in your head, okay? So I think that's important to know. Like, you're thinking of the worst, but the worst is really not going to happen. The worst, the energy that's so exhausting is just your thoughts, not really what is the outcome. All right. So someone is going to be held accountable and responsible for something that they did, but it's probably not as bad as what you're thinking it to be. All right. We have the Fool here. You're pivoting in some way. You're pivoting. So if you had some obstacles that are kind of dragging into August from the past months, you're able to rebound off of that and pivot into a new direction and move past that. Okay, so you're not staying fixated on something that possibly didn't go your way or that didn't turn out in your favor, whatever. Also with the Fool, there's something that's really productive, or the moving parts are really moving right now, but you may find a sudden interest in something new or different. So for example, if there are some friends that you're really getting along with, or if, maybe a co-parent or someone who you have children with is really acting right now, even though they're acting right and this is like very beautiful energy, you still could be attracted to the new or something like out of your normal type. All right. So it feels like things are really moving very productively and working very well, but you're still pivoting onto something different. And let's see why that is. All right, imagination. So this is, hold on, let me just close this really quickly. All right, with the imagination card, this is just you wanting more variety. Like, again, having new types, new interests, being interested in something new. You just want some variety. You've already did something And even though it's going well, you still want to see what's going on over there. So your fantasy or your imagination is really opening you up to new possibilities, new options, and you're interested in that and you're going towards that. So you're pivoting from something and you're moving to something different. And there's no really reason for it. I just feel like you're really in your fantasy right now. You want to see what's good over there. What's interesting about that thing? Why is that piquing my interest so much? Let's see what else is here. So something that you could have been attracted to or interested in, you're changing your interest completely. Even if this is love, right? Like, say someone wasn't acting right and then they just start acting right in August. It's a nice thing that they're starting to, liken up and act right. But I just see you being interested in something totally different. It's almost like, that's cute, but what's over there? All right, let's see. What is this? All right, this could also be in your profession or your job or your career or what you do for work, what you do for money, your hustle. So we're about to get to that part of the reading, but you could be pivoting into a new industry, doing something different. Something is working out very favorable for you, but it doesn't mean that what is new or different can't work out better, and you're opening yourself up to that possibility. So that's very interesting. You may be finding that you have talents or skills that can be exercised somewhere else and you want to try that out. I also feel like with you being in your head so much, you definitely are going to have a very strategic approach to this. You're not really abandoning it outright. You're just doing something in a way that's favorable to you and also may work out very nicely to what you're leaving behind. All right, so yeah, there's some changes coming in, something that you're really interested in, something that kind of makes you smile or that you are interested to see the possibilities with, especially when it comes to what you do for work or what you do to make money. I see you trying that out, and that could happen towards the end of August. So let's move into your financial realm. Your money, your career, your business, your material world. Let's see what's going on in August with that for my Libras. All right, for my Libra and Libra placements, tell me about their financial world. What do they need to know about their money at this time, their career or business, and their material world? Sorry, it's hard for me to say that. What's going on with their material world? Their finances, career, and business. Anything significant, please allow it to come out in this reading for Libra. All right. Oops, sorry. Okay, so first card we have is the Eight of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords. And we also have the Star. I see, again, some type of pivot in your career or business world. You are used to doing one thing or making money a certain way, but you are definitely going to try something new, or you're very interested in something that you do have talent and skill in. You have the expertise to pull off, and I see you going towards that. Now, what's so interesting about this is that what you're currently doing for work is going to pick up speed, progress, growth in August with the Eight of Wands. So you're going to see lots of money coming in from this, lots of great grand opportunities coming in. You're seeing abundance. You're feeling very lucky. You're feeling like, wow, a lot of great things are happening with that. But also with all of these opportunities that are falling into your lap and coming in very fast, if I might say, there's going to be an opportunity to go towards that next best thing. And it could be easy to get caught up in all of the abundance that's coming from what you're used to doing and sticking with that maybe another year, another 5 years, another couple months. But I see an opportunity with that new thing dropping into your lap throughout all of the beautiful chaos. And I see you seizing that opportunity with the Knight of Swords. You see it, you look at it, but you don't stand on it, like you don't sit on it. You kind of just jump at it and take it for what it is and see where it's going to take you. where that's taking you, where that's leading you to is a star. So it's definitely healing some type of disappointment in your financial world or your career or business world. So it's kind of like filling in that gap of something that was taken, that you lost out on, that was disappointing. It's filling in that gap and kind of healing that chapter for you. Also, with the star, too, it's something that you could be highly sought after for, or your role, you'll be very popular in your role. Okay, so it comes with a lot of influence. Also, what do I want to say with the star? It's wish fulfillment. So this fantasy, you're kind of making it a reality by just jumping on that opportunity and seizing it right away. So let's go ahead and clarify the Eight of Wands. With the Eight of Wands, when it comes to your finances, you can see a lot of money coming into that bank account of yours, which is amazing. But you also need to be mindful of not letting that money leave out just as fast as it comes. Eight of Wands is movement, and you see a lot of movement and abundance coming in that you kind of want to move with that same frequency and spend just as fast. So you want to be careful, especially if you have financial goals, that you pocket a little bit of that, save it a little bit, budget a little bit, because it's a very vibrant and fun time. But you know, it also can make you forfeit it all just the same. You know, it's almost like gambler's luck. Like you have the hand of luck, you get a lot of earnings, and you feel so vibrant in that moment of a winner that you want to kind of risk it again. And you know, sometimes probability will land where you'll get double, or probability will land where you end up with nothing. So you want to be careful of that, okay? All right, Eight of Wands for Libra. All right, Nightmare. Okay, so some of you guys have some insecurities around receiving. I don't know why. Maybe like the last time that you remember being so abundant and you receiving a lot of wealth, opportunities, luck, some type of outcome was unfavorable, or maybe just as quickly as you had it, you lost it. So there's some insecurities there, where when things are coming in really fast for you, where you're getting a lot of sales, a lot of clients and customers, where you may be getting promoted really fast or a big bonus, you're getting a lot of commissions, you're making a lot of headway. There's like this foreshadowing energy that something is coming to snatch that from you. All right, especially with the Nightmare. I just don't feel like you have the most positive outlook of receiving or how fast things can come for you. It's that nervous system with the Nine of Swords. And I remember I told you that your biggest energy of suffering, or what will like be the worst energy for you in August, is your thoughts. So like the outcome is not bad, but the thoughts are, which just makes it really hard for you to like chill and be calm and enjoy. Okay, so I do see that. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, some of you guys feel like your finances are cursed. Just when you are blessed with finances, it's always like the obstacles that come. The car breaks down, you know? Oh, the AC went out. Oh my God, some debts are now being, bill collectors are calling me about this big debt that it slipped my mind, whatever. And I feel like you associate that to some type of time where it was very devastating, that as soon as you gained so much, you had to almost give it up. And you are remembering that, and it's bringing a lot of like insecurity and scared energy towards you receiving so much. You have to like change your mindset about that. But most importantly, I guess the best advice I could give is like regulating that nervous system, telling yourself that you are safe to receive, that you are safe to hold your abundance in your money, that you're making headway that won't stop, that won't anything that's being given to you, you don't have to return. You are able to keep and multiply. So you kind of have to like teach yourself this way of like chilling out, being easy, relaxing. All right. There's almost like this panic mode that comes when the goodness comes in for you financially. And we have to change that through regulation, your nervous system, and your mindset. It's easier said than done, but I know that you can do it. Okay. Part of these blessings that are coming in is an opportunity that's meant for you to reach out and grab. Usually, with that Knight of Swords, is something that comes in not when you ask for it, but maybe a little bit later. It could be like a last minute energy. It also could be something that you overlooked or that you self sabotaged in the past that's coming back to you this time for you to grab at it. It also could be something that's so valuable that if you don't go after it, someone else will. All right. So, Knight of Swords, opportunity is coming through. Let's see what's going on with that. Also, if you were looking for a new job, a new position, if you're trying to get a loan for something, it could have been that whatever was offering that opportunity just wasn't ready to receive you at that time. But now that they are really trying to make stride and make haste. So it's like do or die, or it's like let's get with it. Is it a yes or a no? I need to know, because if not, I need to move on. All right. So this is like something that you have to like, you can't sit and ruminate on. You have to just go. What's the Knight of Swords? All right, we have right in reverse. So this is definitely something that you're not a stranger to. It's something that you have felt like it was the right timing in the past, but for some reason you just couldn't move through that rite of passage, or you couldn't really reach access into the portal. That door, the key that you had just wouldn't unlock for whatever reason. It was just not the right timing. It's coming back around. And again, with those insecurities that we feel from just being disappointed when we're putting our best foot forward, you have to push past those limitations, because this is for you this time. It's going to work out. It's coming maybe with even bigger connections or blessings tied to it because of the weight, and it's being offered to you again. So don't second guess yourself. Don't sit on it. Don't feel insecure. Really up that confidence and take it head on. It may also require you to sacrifice something. So you may have to sacrifice one position to gain another position or elevated position. You may need to give up a certain role that you have in your business to take on a different role. But it feels positive. It feels like wish fulfillment. It feels like the right direction following the star. Tell me about the Knight of Swords. All right, we have withdrawal. Once you're able to seize this opportunity, I feel like you will get out of this paranoid state, or you'll get out of this like self-limiting belief type of state. Once it's said and done, it's signed and sealed. Once you accept the offer, once you have that conversation to move forward, I feel like all of that nervousness will kind of like wash behind you. So if you really are tired of being so nervous around your finances, your career, your business, your next steps for your abundance, it really starts with taking a leap of faith somewhere with that Knight of Swords, seizing some type of opportunity and this is how you'll know this opportunity doesn't come by often. So you really need to like be decisive and go for it. Okay. It's an energy that you felt like was taken from you before. Like if it was a position, maybe you felt like they gave it to someone else and you really tried your best. You put your best foot forward. If it was like a thing to scale your business or to offer a new service or move into another direction, you feel like it was taken from you. If it's a loan, maybe you felt like that opportunity was taken from you. It's coming back around and showing that this is for you and it's going to be done right this time. Tell me about the star for Libra. Okay, we have justice. All right. So you are getting what exactly what you deserve in a positive way when it comes to your financial world. All right. So money is going to be restored for you. You can see things balancing out in your favor. If something was taken from you, if an opportunity was taken from you, you're being offered that plus a little bit extra interest for the wait, for the disappointment. You're definitely getting justice in some type of career, business, or financial situation here. All right, you definitely felt like the third wheel, or you felt overlooked, or you felt like someone else was in your spotlight when you were trying so hard. And this time around, things will be done right. You will have that rite of passage. You'll move forward with conviction. You are having that wish fulfillment, but you have to believe it and you have to go after it. Sometimes we doubt ourselves so much we won't even take initiative to go after what's being presented to us. And I definitely don't want that to be the case with you. You know, say goodbye to your old way of thinking and then step forward into this new, renewed, abundant energy so that you can have what you deserve. All right, guys. Last but not least, let's move on to your love life and see what's going on there in August. Alrighty. Tell me about Libra's love life in August. Anything significant, whatever they need to hear at this time for their month of August in their love life, please allow it to come out in this reading. Okay. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so we have the Nine of Swords coming out again. All right, so still a little paranoid in a lot of aspects in life. Maybe when it comes to love, you may feel like you don't know how to relax in new situations or in your current situation. You could be feeling like you can't be settled around a certain energy. You're wondering what's going to happen. You're thinking maybe of the worst possible outcome. There's a little bit of just not feeling settled. We have Wu Wei. Wu Wei tells you to don't force anything. Stop trying to control the outcome or the narrative. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. If something negative is going to happen, good. If something positive is going to happen, even better. Anything negative that becomes an outcome in your love life was protection, redirection, and moving you to the best connection. Anything positive that happens, that's exactly what it was meant to do. At the end of it all, you have the Lovers. So you are attracting a very strong soulmate, divine counterpart, someone who's meant to do this life with you, someone who's going to have your best interest in heart, the same way that you're going to have their best interest. I also feel like you're making much more aligned choices when it comes to who you give yourself to romantically and emotionally. All right, based off of your past. Maybe you didn't make the best decisions with that. You would make decisions, to go forward with certain energies, even if it didn't feel right in your spirit. I don't see you doing that anymore. So if you're making decisions that are aligned for your highest good, then you can't fail. Okay. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to speak for singles and also those of you who are coupled or in marriage. We'll see what's going on here. So whether you're single or you're coupled up or married, you are just super paranoid about your next lover, who you're currently dating, what's happening behind the scenes. How does this person truly feel about me? Do they truly love me, or are they interested in me? That kind of energy. Something just feels very unsettled here in your spirit when it comes to your love life. Let's see why. Clarify the Nine of Swords. All right. Lessons. Lessons can really like blow you out of the water. The ones that we fail, right? They can blow you out of the water and they can change you for life. If they're so traumatic and if they really did a number on you, it can have lasting effects. It can scare you so bad that you never want to experience anything like it ever again. And I feel like you've definitely had situations in your love life that you've learned some tough lessons again with those making those choices that are aligned for you. Maybe you've ignored signs. Maybe you ignored that something just wasn't positive, that something wasn't good for you, and you kind of just went with it. And it left you on such a cliffhanger that you I finally found steady grounding, and you're just nervous. Is this going to be another lesson, or is this going to be a blessing? Okay, so there's a lot of nervousness around that. We also have saving in reverse on the bottom. So you have invested so much in your last connection or even your current connection, and you felt like you came out on a losing side of something, and you just don't feel like you have that to give again. You don't have so much love to give if it doesn't work out. You don't have so much trust to give if your trust is betrayed. You don't have so much security, like your security, your independence, financially, whatever. You gave so much and you poured so much into something that just did not stand the test of time, and you just don't want to waste your time. That's basically saving in reverse. You don't want to waste your time again. You want to make sure that whatever decisions you're making and who you're dealing with is aligned so that you're not going backwards. Okay, so there's a lot of maybe fear around that. Let's see. If you're in a relationship or you're married, you can have a lot of fear about if your person outside of what you can see and hear is doing things that are in benefit of the relationship and not in detriment of it. So, there's a lot of fears here. There's a lot of fears. Let's see. So when I see that people are really afraid like this, what I'm seeing, it makes me think like you try to, especially with the Wu Wei card, which tells you not to try to control the outcome. You could see like that addiction come up. You can see codependency start to creep back up. You could feel very possessive about who you're dealing with. Maybe you're very controlling. You're trying to make this person act a certain way instead of giving them free will because you don't trust it. And it can put a big block in your connection or what's coming towards you. All right, what do we have here? You have a certain vision for yourself with the idea, but you just don't know if it's coming into alignment right now, if that's what's really going to transpire and happen. Especially for those of you who could be giving someone a second chance. You have an idea or a vision of what you would like to happen between you and this person, but you're not really sure on that. You couldn't bet your money if this was going to work out the way that you would want it to. And that is scary for you, okay? Tell me about Wu Wei of what could be playing out, and if you let go of control, what's happening here. All right, we have imagination. What else do we have here? Ooh, we have curse. Okay, so I definitely feel like first and foremost, there's a certain type that you're used to, right? And you may be really like, it makes you feel good to have this certain energy around, whoever you like. There's a certain type that you have, but you have suffered a lot of disappointments with that certain type. Something could be calling for you to change your direction, to pivot, to try something new, be open to something new. A lot of you are going to be seeing in August that things that you didn't feel like you would be necessarily open to, you find yourself feeling very adapting and feeling very acclimated in that energy. So if you're dating a new type or a new type of person, you may not at first really see the potential, but you may see moving forward what works for you is that it's very aligned with the lovers, or this is someone who treats you very well, thinks of you in all spaces, and acts accordingly. When it comes to that past type, or maybe the energy that you're trying to make work, it does feel like there's a lot of misfortune surrounding that for whatever reason. You could be trying to move past it stay in positive energy, but it does feel like there is an energy where maybe you've learned a lesson and you're ready to close a chapter, but that other counterpart, that person that you're used to, has not done that bid yet. Okay. And you can't control what's going to happen. So if something negative does happen with this person, it's kind of just confirming that maybe this has ran its course. I just feel like for those of you who are dealing with exes or someone that you keep giving second chances, I don't feel like that person has learned that lesson. All right. Could be saying that this person could be a good friend. Like maybe the bond that you and this person have is a deep friendship. They really get your personality. You guys know how to make each other laugh. You guys have similar interests, but do they deserve to have you romantically? Maybe not. So it does feel like for some of you, this past person is does better and is more loyal to you as a friend versus your as a lover, because they are someone who just keeps making mistakes and hurting you in that space romantically. Saying about the lovers, so you have good news in terms of love. Okay, let's see what that's about with the lovers. It comes by a decision that you make for your highest good. So something that's aligned to you, something that you feel very clear on, that you put a lot of intentions behind. I see you just organizing your love life a little bit better. Maybe even organizing your emotions around someone. There could be someone coming back towards you that you have a lot of emotions for, but you know that this person tends to make mistakes and hurt you in the process. They could love you a lot, but they just don't know how to be true to you. And I see you just being able to organize your emotions around this person, maybe even compartmentalizing your emotions so that you're making better decisions for yourself. It feels like if this person does have the space again, there is going to be some type of misfortune or damage or accident, mistake, and it won't do you any well, because this time it could lead to you just being very angry with them that they can't get it right, instead of just seeing the situation for what it is, that they can't get it right. So, let's stop giving them chances. This offense can hurt really bad if you allow someone back in. I think you know who this person is, Libra. There's new energies out there for you that will not hurt you. This person just, for some reason, cannot help themselves, and it doesn't make it, I'm not, that's horrible on their part. They are a great friend, but a terrible lover. And I see this time you just getting very angry if that was to happen, okay? So you need to pay attention to the repetitive cycles that someone continues to choose. Tell me about new love. Now, new love could be definitely coming towards you, but I feel like the universe is waiting for you to detach emotionally and distance yourself from something that is just not good for you, and also for you to kind of calm your nervous system again, not be so paranoid and think that everyone is out to get you based off of that person's mistakes. Tell me about new love for Libra, for those of you who are interested in new love. Who's interested in Libra in August? All right, Five of Pentacles. Plain and simple, is someone that you've overlooked, that you have just, not given the time of day. This is someone who could be knocking at your door, wanting to come in, wanting to show you themselves romantically. All right, the sun is here, Leo energy, or this person is coming towards you in Leo season. This person comes with a lot of positivity. They also try to make themselves known, because sun is like exposure, so they could have exposed their feelings to you. But you, with the Five of Pentacles, are just not seeing maybe the value in this person just yet, or you have overlooked them for some time. Four of Wands. All right, so this person sees you as someone that they want a relationship with. They feel like a safe option, a safe choice. They see safety within you. This person's ready to come in, but it does feel like you play hard to get with this person, or you're just not, you haven't shown interest. Maybe you're just not seeing the bright side of this person or how this could actually work out. They could plain and simple just not be your type, okay? So keep your eyes open for something different and new, something that you haven't experienced before, a person's energy that you never experienced before. Maybe being open to that and just seeing what it could be. All right, Libra, that's what I have for you. So definitely, if this resonates with you in August, please make sure to come back and like the video, subscribe to my channel, check out the website if you would like a personal reading by me. I would love to read for you. And with that being said, I will see you guys very soon in the next one. All right, bye guys.